Hi, my name is Justin. I'm an undergrad student at the Florida International University in Miami, Florida. For the summer term, I took a course entitled Ethical Hacking and Countermeasures. It was taught by Alexander Pons, and today I will be giving a video on ethical hacking, brief introduction, show you some tools that ethical hackers use, and just give you a general idea of the whole subject matter. Alright, well, let's get started with the presentation. Ethical hacking introduction. First, I would like to show you the book that we used for the course. It was entitled Hands-on Ethical Hacking and Network Defense. It was by an author named Michael T. Simpson. I would like to show you, I have a PDF version so you can see what the cover looks like here. This book is great if anybody wants to get into pen testing or security testing, or just get a better idea of what ethical hacking is. I highly recommend this book here. It gives demonstrations, has exercises, examples, explanations on just about everything that there is to know for this topic. Alright, so that is the book that we used. Introduction. So these are the topics that I'll be talking to you about today. Let's start with what is ethical hacking. Now, when you think ethical hacking, it's somewhat of an oxymoron. When you think hacking, you think what the media portrays to you in different movies, such as Swordfish, where hackers are up to no good, doing malicious activities, stealing information, which is true. There are a lot of hackers out there that do that. But on the ethical hacking side, it's a completely different story. What ethical hackers are is a group of people who perform penetration testing on different companies to show vulnerabilities in the company's network. What a security tester does is a little bit more than a penetrating tester. The penetrator tester's main job is just to break in to the company to show vulnerabilities, while a security tester does do the penetrating testing but shows how to fix those vulnerabilities. Does more paperwork they do, more human resources to train the staff, to get them on board to have a safer network. Now, why is this important? It's important because there are a lot of hackers out there, a lot of people looking to steal information. You know, we see on the news all the time where different countries are trying to break into different countries to steal more information. While this is true on a large scale, it is also true on the smaller scale. Many people do drive around neighborhoods, but it's called war driving, breaking into different Wi-Fi passwords and getting into networks and systems inside houses, stealing credit card information, personal information, basically whatever they can get their hands on. So it is important to understand this topic of ethical hacking. The best way to prevent anything from getting stolen is to protect yourself and know how these people do this so you can countermeasure. I want to be talking about Backtrack 5 today. It's a Linux operating system that has all the tools you will need to be a successful pen tester, security tester, ethical hacker, whatever you will. I want to give you a few demonstrations on these different equipments we use. So let's get into Backtrack. Alright. What I use is the VM player. So while this loads, I'll explain why I use VM player instead of other tools. While that loads, I would also like to show you where to get Backtrack. Backtrack is Linux based and it is free. And it is available to anybody who wants to sign up. They do not. Get this going for you. Backtrack 5 download. So here is the website. As you can see, backtrack/linux.org.downloads. It is free to download. Put in your information here, register, and download. That easy, and you have all the same tools that I will be showing you today. Now, like I said before, there are a few ways you can load this into your computer. I recommend the VM player because it has less issues. For me personally, when I was using it, as a boot up, I was having trouble with drivers. I was not able to connect to the internet, and with VMware Player, it seems that all the drivers are crossed over already for you. So this is still loading. We'll come back when this is loaded. Alright, so let's load this VM player. I want to show you how it loads so you can remind me later. I need to update this. Let's let this load. Now this is what I wanted to show you. It does pick up on everything that's already in use in the Windows machine. Like I said before, these features were not working for me when I did boot up. My main reason for using the VMware player instead. So I need to update this, and I will get reminded later. Alright, here we go. The startup page for Backtrack. Once you have everything loaded, you will have the same exact page. I am using the 32-bit. Just seems to work better for me. So now it's asking me for login. It's the same for everybody. If you haven't changed it, it is root. It is root. Now password is root backwards, so POOR. Alright, welcome to Backtrack. Like I said, there's two versions of Backtrack. You can stay in the command prompt, which I am in right now, or you can start the GUI. So let's start the GUI by hitting Start X. There we are. The command base is good. It does the same functionality as you would in the GUI version, but to me it's a little early 1990s. It's always nicer to have a nice GUI interface to use. So let's full screen this for you to see. This is Backtrack 5. You're looking at a Linux. Much like other Linux, it has basic tools. You have the multiple screens you can use at the bottom. Terminals easy to access. And I'll show you what Backtrack 5. So Backtrack 5, here is all the security tools you will need to be a successful pen tester. We're looking at here is information gathering network, DNS, identifying live host, network trafficking. Let's see here, we have escalation tools onto networks. There's even Metasploit is pre-built into here, which is great, which is not a good thing to use because it can actually cause damage. Honeypots, you can hear social engineering attacks here. And there you go. So let me start the presentation let's do a few terminal commands. So like I said, the GUI version has the command built in. All you have to do is hit terminal. So let's do a dig command. So let's dig on www.miami.edu. So it looks like it's Miami. We get the IP address of the website. But let's find out a little bit more. You can do a who is, type in that same IP address, see this. Alright, so it gives us a little bit more information. Let's start from the top. So Miami.edu, origin name, University of Miami, address, complete address. Now here is where it gives you the IT people. Here we got this. We have email addresses of the entire staff who manage this website, even phone numbers, which is a lot of information here. This is a great tool to start your scanning of networks. To find open ports, there are two ways to do it. There is a GUI interface called Nmap, which I'll show you right now, and we'll type in www.miami.edu. Process does take a little bit of time, but it does give you, sorry about that. While this is loading, let me show you another thing I wanted. Here's a little cheat sheet. It gives you all the different commands that you can run Nmap with. If you just Google Nmap cheat sheet, the sheet comes up and it gives you all the different tools that are available to use with Nmap. Like what we did was we just scanned it a single network, so all you do is type Nmap and the website. So it looked like it finished. It found some open ports. It found port 80 and port 443. And like I said, for every command there's usually a GUI version. In this case, Nmap. So let me show you Nmap because I like Nmap's utilities. So all you do is type Nmap into terminal, and you have a GUI version of Nmap. You still type in the same commands from the cheat sheet from I showed you earlier. So let's do the same network. We'll do a quick scan this time so we can not use so much time up. And let's scan the network. So as you can tell, the GUI version is pretty much the same. It gives you the same results as you can do here. But you know, with the Nmap, you do need to know less command prompt because most of these commands that you want, intent scans, trace route, it all comes in here a little easier. We go to ports. It shows you the open ports on the website, and topology. It shows you the topology. Now this little lock wasn't here. It would show you all the different routes that this also goes to, and also it's connected to. So that is Nmap and Nmap. Alright, now that I showed you Nmap and Nmap, basically quick introduction to the two. They're both port scanners, completely legal to port scan in many states. Just make sure you check local law before you do this. Nmap was the GUI version of Nmap, and now I would like to show you two other interfaces, one on Backtrack, which would be the command version, and then I will show you another program that I prefer that is on Windows operating system. Now the reason why I like virtual machine, we can jump back and forth quickly. So let's get started with what I'm about to show you. It is called John the Ripper. It rips hash passwords to show you what's behind the password. Let's start out by showing you how it's done. You need to create a text file. Here I have a text file, and what you have in it is the hash that you're going to crack. That easy. So make sure it's saved. Close it. I will be storing this in the root folder. Remember where you store your text file. So let's close this. Let's close this. Start fresh. So when first starting to find programs, I'm going to show you how you browse the different categories that are on here. So ls will show me everything in the directory. These are all the different folders, and what I will be doing is a pen test. So let's browse the pen test folder so I can show you everything here. We have all the different folders of tools we could possibly use. In this case, I will be using a password cracker. Passwords. And here are all the different password hash crackers. You see rainbow tables, you see find my hash, and in this case, like I said, we will be using John. So now we are in John the Ripper. Like I said, I already have the hash folder created to save time and to show you more in this demonstration. So to use John, we have to type in John, the format we are using. In this case, I am using an LM format. LM hashes are usually Windows formats. So LM, and I will type in the folder location, and so it's in the root, and the text file is called password.txt. Hit enter, let John run. The password was secuirty, and it picked it up right here. Secuirty. It's a little oddly done there, but it's done. So like I said, there is always or more than likely a GUI interface that you can use. In this case, I recommend Cane Enable. It is for Windows. It is a great little tool to crack passwords. You're going to get a pop-up message about your firewall. Here is Cane Enable. Great tool to use to crack hashes. So today I want to show you how to crack a MD5. MD5s are usually considered to be very solid, very good format to secure passwords in. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to crack. Now to save time, I have a hash here which we'll be cracking. So copy. To add, so make sure you're on MD5. Click here. We want to add the hash, MD5 hash. Let's add it. It is in hexadecimal, so let's add it here. Okay. So here's our hash. It's not cracked. We don't have the password. Let's close this. Okay. So let's start. We have dictionary attacks, brute force attacks, and we have rainbow table attacks and rainbow table online, but I don't have any loaded. Brute force attacks usually take a very long time to crack because it runs through every possible letter, number you want. I'll show you. Let's just do a dictionary attack to show you how easy it is to break with these. So here's a dictionary attack. Let's remove all. Sure, yes. Okay, so here's your dictionary attack. Cane Enable does come with a word list. So there's your word list. It's in the Cane Enable file. So you open that. Here are the options you can choose. Everything looks like it's set properly. So let's just start the attack. As you see, this is very fast. It's going through a word list at this rate. That's quite a bit. And already, no time at all, it cracked the password. The hash that I created was for the word laser. There you go. That is Cane Enable cracking MD5 passwords. Alright, so I showed you a couple port scanning tools, a couple hash cracking tools, and now I want to do something a little more fun to end the presentation, and that would be Steganography. Steganography is the art of hiding a message basically within a picture in a picture. I'll show you the website I will be using today. Here is the website. And basically what you can do is hide a picture or message within a picture that only the sender and the receiver will know what the true meaning of the picture is. So I already downloaded some files, some pictures. to show you how it's used. So here's picture number 1. It's of Miami Beach. Nothing harmful in that. It looks like a great picture. If anybody else sees it, they'll think it's a really nice picture of South Beach. And the picture I would like to hide will be airplane schematics. Okay, so let's start the process. This website that I showed you is where you'll do it. So let's start by showing the picture that we want to be visible. So we want South Beach. Okay, South Beach. File to hide, I want to use the schematics that I found earlier. Schematics. Open. Okay, now we're all ready to start the process. Alright, so it looks like it's done. So let's go ahead and save as. I'll save this on my desktop as encoded. Oops. Let's open. So there you go, picture of South Beach. I do not see any airplane schematics in that. But believe it or not, the schematics are actually hidden behind this picture. So let's close this, refresh page. Now the image would be sent to the receiver, and like I said, if anybody saw that picture, they would not think twice about it. They would think it's just a picture of beautiful Miami Beach. So let's open it up so you guys can see what's actually hidden behind there. So here's the encoded image. It's in PNG format. Hit open and you start. It's going to take a second or two. See, it's still loading. Trying to encode it. See what's behind that picture. Alright, looks like it's done. So let's save as, so I can show you schematics, encode. Let's open the folder up, and behind that beautiful South Beach picture there is this schematic behind it. So as you can see, it is easy to hide images within images using Steganography. Alright, well, hope you enjoyed today's presentation. I briefly gave you an introduction on ethical hacking as a course and as a means of doing a career, which would be penetrating testing and security testing. I showed you Backtrack 5, two tools inside actually 3 tools inside Backtrack 5 that are very helpful. 2 of those were for port scanning. Nmap, which is the GUI version of Nmap. I showed you a LM hash crack with John the Ripper, and I showed you Canable to crack MD5 passwords. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and have a great day.